coming out. A lot of you people in this crowd made this happen, and maybe not directly, but indirectly. You know, and I owe a lot to these two gentlemen here, and Ahmed and Josh, and Corin, Nemec, and Dominique, and you know, lots of people. I mean, I forget names, I'm horrible, but you know, I really appreciate everybody in this room for coming out tonight and being here. Rottentail is one of these films that you get to do as a director once in a while, and you get to have fun, and that's, you know, and that's what we got to do in Rottentail. We got to do something that throws me back to when I was a kid, and I would you know, rent these VHSs at this VHS rental store that were naughty, you know, and then, you know, your mom would be like, why are you getting that trash? Because, I like it, you know. And so I got to do an homage to, you know, what I enjoyed as a child, and it's something special and something fun, and it's cheap, and it's wrong in so many ways. Enjoy, and thank you again. Really appreciate all of you.
Firstly, congratulations everybody on the Easter Nightmare that we just saw. What I'm going to get you guys to do is if I can get you to, we're going to go across, and if each of you can say who you played, if you're in the movie, and also what your favourite scene in the film was and why.
Jesus, man, you're going to start me off? Okay, let's see. I'll do my favorite scene. Was it when Corin shit his pants? I'm trying to think. I think Josh Tetsuya, one of the producers many producers on the film. I think my favorite scene would have to be, actually it was the alien-inspired scene that we talked about, with the two security guards and finding the rabbit. I just thought it was ridiculous. You know, you have a naked, crazy rabbit thing and we're treating it like aliens. So I thought it was a really funny bit. I thought that doing that was kind of an homage to, you know, old school Peter Jackson, Dead Alive, Bad Taste kind of style. So it really, I feel like, gave a style to what we were doing with the puppet monster, because obviously we know it's a puppet monster, but we don't care, and that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, the whole film. I mean, yeah. But it's I guess you know, I guess it's the first time we see Rottentail. You know, it's
the dig fight.
Yeah, the dig fight. You know, I mean,
that's what we call it.
You know, so yeah. Good.
Oh man, favorite scene. Wow, that's tough. Actually, one of my favorite scenes was stuff on the turd eggs, and you know, that more like the dialogue lead up to all of that. That was a really fun scene to do. And Patrice, man, where's Patrice? Stand up. He's the cinematographer. The gentleman back there. Vive la France. He brought the whole European fancy lighting and camera techniques to the movie. He did a fantastic job. Yeah, the lighting in that scene was really, really awesome as well. But that was one of my favorite scenes. There was lots. The bar scene. I wish they had gotten to see the scene that got cut out, which was pretty funny. But the bar scene was also one of my favorites.
Hi, I'm Dominique Swain, and I play Anna Banana. And I think, gosh, I'm kind of a sucker for burping and farting when it's done well, and vomiting. So that really made me laugh. But that was really good. But then I have to say I liked all of Pastor Tim's scenes pretty much equally. Like every time he got on the screen, I was like, my friend Billy. I was just absolutely delighted. I was like, oh, there's more. And I think that it kept getting like bigger and more out of hand, and I really, really loved it.
My favorite scene was the scene in the van, smoking pot. Oh, right. And you're in the van. I didn't expect that. I didn't know you were in the van. So that was my favorite scene.
My favorite scene was actually at the original Mel's Diner when we first see the transformation of Corin into Rottentail, and I just love that humor, the back and forth between them, the banter, but also all the lettuce coming out of his face. It was really effective to that humor, and I liked that. I thought that was really fun.
Sure.
Tank Jones played General Phelps.
We know your favorite scene. Move on.
Well, I'm gonna tell it to you anyway. Actually, I really enjoyed the first scene that Corin and I got a chance to play, and the lab, because a lot of that was ad-libbing off the top. But funny thing about when I'm coming into the room and everybody's dead, and the camera is framed down here. And I'm like, what about my face? And Brian is, we'll get your face, frame the dick. Cool. So that was a lot. That scene, yes, that was a lot of fun.
Hello. Hi, my name is Omid. I'm one of the producers. Favorite scene, I like the van scene a lot because it was such a surprise, and these stoners are completely surprised by a man buddy sitting in their van. Like the end, some of the fighting, getting to set people on fire, that was fun. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you. Thank you for being here, everyone.
So, Brian, what was the hardest part about taking Rottentail from a comic book onto the screen? What was the hardest part about that?
When it started flooding on set,
Yeah.
and we couldn't shoot for 3 days. That was hard. No, I mean the process was fun. Actually, I was approached by Source Point Press, and if you catch Josh over here, he might give you a poster later that's signed, and so be nice to him. But so Source Point Press came to me and said they want to adapt Rottentail, and so we started the script writing process. But I don't think there was anything that was necessarily hard because there was already something to work with, and that's always fun when you have something to work with. But yeah, if you had to rate hard, it was the third day of rain, and I hadn't slept for 3 days, and everything flooded in Phoenix, and I couldn't get home and almost wrecked my car. So there's the hard day.
You're like, this filmmaking thing's really not happening.
Yeah. No, I love to be on set, so every day on set's a great day.
And Corin, what drew you to the character of Rottentail?
Well, oddly enough, I'll leave you one other shout out before. Brenton Early here was one of our. He was gangster all the way. This guy, he did pretty much almost every job you could do, as well as being a producer. It was very impressive. The guy was literally exhausted every day. It was amazing.
Just don't argue with a rabbit at 2:00 in the morning.
No, not about pancakes. Not about pancakes. That was hilarious. It was like we had been working for like 17 hours or something ridiculous, and they were making like pancakes for like second meal, and for some reason that really irritated me. And we're in the hallway arguing about pancakes. I was like, fucking pancakes! Dressed as the rabbit in full rabbit costume. Fucking pancakes! Oh God. Sorry. Anyway, what was the question?
It was nothing to do with pancakes.
No.
What drew you to the character of Rottentail?
Oh no! Well, really, oddly enough, I was familiar with because I've been a fan of comic books and especially graphic novels for a really long time, and I do a lot of conventions, and at some point over the years of doing the conventions, I had come across Rottentail or heard about it and knew about it and the whole bunny thing, and when I heard about it from Brian when he reached out to me about it, I was like, what? That's crazy, you know? It's such a great idea. And then when we got together and sat down and he, kind of, kicked me his vision a little bit of it, and the fact that it's going to be a comedy horror was a really, I think that was kind of the linchpin. I was going to do it no matter what, to be honest. But that was kind of the linchpin for me. It was just, because Brian was we were talking about it the other day. It's just the idea of in an interview, the idea of keeping it a comedy. To me, I think it actually makes the movie that much more believable in a weird way. Because if it had been like super serious and we were taking it like you'd have been like, what a piece of shit, And it did really well. But I think that what really cinched it was when we did the makeup test. We did a makeup test, and Billy came out for that. And we shot like a test scene and everything. And it was the first time that we got to see the full makeup and everything. And I think that's when both me and Brian were like, oh wow, this looks great, And then Patrice was there, and he shot something for us, and we got to see the lighting and everything else. And then the character that crazy character came to fruition. I think that's when we kind of knew that it was going to be something special. So.
And Dominique, I have to ask. Looking at Corin on set, or dressed up as the rabbit, was it unsettling at all, or was that something you could just put aside?
The rabbit?
Yeah.
Having to look at him?
Yeah, was it completely unsettling on set? Or?
It was great. Oh yeah. Kissing the rabbit was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Far more unsettling as Peter Cotton.
Well, it actually, had he not been a rabbit, it was pretty romantic, right? It looked good.
So it wasn't the kissing that Rottentail that drew you to the role at all? Or?
No, it's not often that I get to play a good girl of high morals.
Does anybody from the audience have any questions at all that they'd like to ask anybody who's up here? Oh, good. Sequel.
The script's written. Yeah. We have to convince some people to fund it.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
I'm an actor, and so I know you were Corin. I'm not used to calling you that. But I just want to say that what you did is so difficult to be this Peter character and to be going through that transit. First of all, the character was funny anyway, but then to be going through that transition like you were, I mean, it's so difficult. And I'm just speaking as an artist also. It's really, really difficult. And you did it so well in your physical comedy and your timing and everything. I just wanted to compliment you. It was really difficult, and you did so well.
Thank you. Really a lot of fun. Well, I think we all know, Brian really gave us a lot of elbow room and a lot of freedom, to really push the envelope. A lot of the stuff that Billy did was like just off the top of his head. He just got into the character and just started rambling, and that was just brilliant. I was so glad that you put all that stuff up at the very end of the film. That was hilarious. I love being able to see all those extra outtakes, man. That was fantastic. Love it. And then Tank, same thing with Tank. He was just like, yeah, just push it, just go. And again, I think that is also one of my other favorite scenes between me and you in the laboratory. That was very funny. It was a lot longer than that, actually. You had to cut it down. I mean, we were like, it was probably a 10-minute scene of just going back and forth, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun working with you, brother. So I wanted to say, chum this up here, but yeah, that was the first time I got a chance to see everything. Everybody up here, awesome job. So I'm speaking as a fan.
And Billy,
Yes.
as the pastor of the movie, what's been your takeaway from the role?
Praise Jesus and strike gold. That's all.
Do it for real.
Well, thank you everybody for coming tonight. Thank you all our cast. Congratulations again. And we're going to be continuing downstairs at the after party. So see you all there.